Hello students, this is lecture 1 of SST from class 6. Today I am going to tell you about history, about past and about our ancestors. From chapter 1, what, when, where and how. So let's start chapter 1. So first question come to in our mind that how people lived in the past, what did they eat, what kind of clothes did they wear, what kind of houses did they live in, what games did the children play, etc. So the study of history help us to find the answer to all these questions. So first question come in our mind, what is history? History is the study of past, and the word history comes from the Greek word historia, which means learning or knowing by inquiry. Next point is why study history? So, what is the importance of a study of history? So, history teaches us about the past, and without study of past is we can't understand the present. So, we can say that without understanding the past, the present cannot be understood. Next point, time frame in history. History is generally divided into three time periods. First, prehistory, second, proto-history, and third is history. What is prehistory? Point number 1, what is prehistory? So, for question come to our mind, what is prehistory? When writing had not been invented, that is called prehistory. Hence, there are no any written record for this period. Our knowledge of prehistory is based inquiry on archaeology and physical remains such as pots, jewelry, tools, coins, bones, etc. Next, proto-history. The proto-history period is the time for which we have written records. However, they are very few and still cannot be read. So, archaeological sources are the main source of information of this period. For example, Indus Valley civilization. Third is history. The time period after the invention of writing is known as history, and we have many written records from this period. And writing was done on rocks, pillars, copper plates, palm leaves, and barks of birch trees, etc. Next point, dates in history, and what is the importance of dates in history? So dates in history are expressed in BC and AD. What is the meaning of BC? The year before the birth of Jesus Christ are expressed in BC, that is before Christ. And BC are counted backward. For example, 100 BC comes before 99 BC. AD. What is AD? The years after the birth of Jesus Christ are expressed in AD. It means Anno Domini. AD are counted forward. For example, AD 99 comes before AD 100. Next point, sources of history. Many questions come to our mind. What is the sources of history and how can we find many information about history? So there are sources can be divided into two types, archaeological and literary. First, archaeological sources. So archaeological sources are direct evidence. We can say that this is direct evidence and they cannot be changed or altered by human beings. There are four types. First, monuments, inscriptions, artifacts and coins. First is monuments. Buildings of historical importance are called monuments, and buildings tell us about the period in which they are built. Temples, forts, palaces, stoops and monasteries are the examples of monuments. Next point, inscriptions. Written records engraved on rocks, cave, walls, metal, pillars, walls of temples and palaces are called inscriptions. Next, artifacts. The objects that human made in the pots, pottery, tools, ornaments, metal objects, jewelry and weapons are called artifacts. Point number 4 is coins. Coins are an extremely valuable source of information. They tell us about the rising period of kings, and the economy of the kingdom, etc. And coins also throw light on the art and religion of earlier times. Next source is, uh, sorry, source number 2 is literary sources. What is literary sources? Handwritten records of the past in the form of books are called manuscripts, and these were usually written on palm leaves and barks of birch trees. Literary sources may be divided into two types: religious and secular sources. Point number 1, religious sources. What is religious sources? Writings which deals with religion are called religious sources. For example, many books are based on religious themes, like Vedas, the Ramayana and Mahabharata. The Geet Govinds and Purans are important source of information of ancient India. Next point is secular literature. What is secular literature? Writings which are not religious are called secular literature. For example, example of secular literature written during the ancient period are the Arsas by Kautil, the Indica by Megasthenes, the plays of poem of Kalidas, and the accounts of Fayan and Bensa.